our national security
Apparently
is.
you don't.
Joining me now is Senator Mark Kelly of Arizona, a Navy combat pilot and member of the Senate Intelligence Committee that questioned Tulsi Gabbard today. Senator, thank you for being here. You have voted yes on some. You voted yes for Sean Duffy, yes to CIA Director John Ratcliffe. You voted no on Pete Hegseth for Defense and Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Can you tell us now where you stand on Tulsi Gabbard? I think I won't be surprised.
Well, I had questions going into my meeting with her in my office. I had questions going into the hearing today. I still have a lot of questions.
Is she qualified for
I
this
don't
job?
think so.
Do you
No,
think
I
she
mean,
understands the job?
Yeah, I think she knows what the job is and what it takes. I don't think she has the background for this. I've got, very specific concerns. Edward Snowden's one of them. FISA's another. The law we have to collect intelligence that she thought we should get rid of. For me, one of the biggest things is how does she make decisions about what's real and what's not? She's got to figure that out for the president. And she's going to have a lot of intelligence every day in front of her. She's got to figure out what to present, what is real, what is, the contradictory opinion on things. Mm-hmm. And after her trip to Syria and after Assad used chemical weapons on his civilian population, which I asked her about this today, and she agreed broadly that she understood that he gassed his population, killed men, women, and children. Mm-hmm. But then she took, the time and effort and her political capital to try to defend him on two specific cases. Didn't make a lot of sense. And then used, shoddy evidence. So I'm concerned about that. I'm certainly concerned with my colleagues about not being able to say that Edward Snowden is a traitor to this country. I mean, the guy should be in jail.
And he is, for those who do not recall, he is now a citizen of Russia. Russia offered him citizenship. He left, essentially defected to Russia after having given away national security information.
So he turned over 1 million documents to the Russians, probably to the Chinese, released stuff publicly. It has done tremendous damage to all of our safety. Your safety, your relatives, your family. But what it did to our intelligence community and our military, members of the military are much less safe today because of what Edward Snowden did. He should be in prison. He's a traitor to the country.
So my question then is, how can any United States senator, any Republican senator who purport to obviously care about national security as well, just on that alone, support someone who supports Edward Snowden? I mean, I understand you probably do not want to tell me what you're being told behind the scenes.
I don't think they should support him.
But do you get the sense she's going to get through? Because I think they'll all get through.
I think there's a lot of questions that are still that my Republican colleagues have. I think some of them have been answered in probably a way that she was hoping would have gone the other way. I think some of them are still really, really uncomfortable with her running 18 intelligence agencies. So I don't think her confirmation to this job is certain.
Okay, that's interesting. And the question, I guess, would be, what would be the biggest threat of what she could do in that position? What should people be most concerned about should she be confirmed?
In my view, giving bad advice to the president. And as she analyzes the intelligence, and, she's going to have a lot of stuff on her plate every single day, and she's got to try to, sort through it and figure it out. And what's her decision-making process? While a member of Congress, instead of believing the intelligence community, and I don't expect, the skepticism, healthy skepticism is a good thing. You don't want to take everything on face value. You want to ask questions. But instead of asking questions to the intelligence community, she went to outside people who were not experts. Now, she claims a professor from MIT, had the right information and was an expert in these areas when clearly he was not. And just with a little bit of digging, she would have been able to figure that out.
Yeah.
And instead, she, pushes aside what is a strong position of the U.S. government and the intelligence community and accepts one person because it confirmed what she wanted. This is my opinion. It confirmed what she wanted to be able to say and put out there publicly. And I can't figure out why she would do this.
Yeah. The thing is, this is a common thread among, you can say very similar things about Kash Patel. He believes certain things when he's doing podcasts. I think that's one thing, and it's perfectly fine to speculate on a podcast. Yeah. But as FBI director, he would have the power to use the resources of the United States, the awesome power of the FBI to try to prove these things to be true. She's in the same position.
Podcasters should be able to say whatever they want.
Sure.
They're out there. They're trying to get viewers.
But in these
The
positions,
director of the FBI is a serious job. All of these cabinet level posts, especially the national security posts.
Sure.
You know, the Secretary of Defense, you know, Homeland Security, director of the FBI, DNI, head of the CIA.
Yeah.
These are serious jobs that are really hard.
Yeah.
We want really qualified people who are serious people who can, you know, who can figure some of this stuff out.
Yeah.
I respect her service in the military. I mean, she spent a